Tara Sphere, welcome in, welcome in. I'm so tiny. Ah, whoop. There we go. I'm gonna finish uploading my messages to let everyone know that I am live. And then we will be ready for Palia. It's Palia. Do do do. Okay, there we go. Now I just gotta get all of my correct pages up. I hear the ba-ding. The ba-ding. Nix, welcome in, welcome in. I will moisten and adjust the goo, thank you. I made myself some tea. Toric, welcome in as well. You're out of the hospital. I'm so glad to hear that. I love the spinning sheep, Minecraft sheep in Taurus. That's awesome. I'm glad you're out of the hospital. We will... That's wrong. There we go. And now I'm too big. Wait, hold on. Plushy. There we go. And now I'm too small. Nice. Now when you kick butt, you'll just be like the ultimate butt kicker. Okay, let me, That's too big. Ow. That's too small. Alright, here we go. Perfect. Time for Palia. Right? Go forth and conquer with your iron leg. That's awesome. I'm sorry that you have to have an iron leg. But I'm glad that you're out of the hospital. That would be really cool, actually, if you did that, Nyx. That would look really awesome. Right, now you're closer to the purity of the blessed machine. Big iron. Instead of a big iron on their hip, it's a big iron in their hip. I think that would look really cool. Activate your idle energy. I guess we'll have to look at those outfits. The Heart Drop Hottie outfit. Alright. Yes. I'm sorry, Furio. Okay. I hope that hanging out in the stream gives you a distraction. Okay. My inventory is full. Yeah, treats. Baby girl cried. Oh, that's cute. That's good. I'm glad to hear that, Furio, but I'm sorry to hear that that happened. That sucks. And also playing games, that's also good. I'm glad that you have good distractions. And that's adorable. Next little baby was like, no, mama, come back. Aw, the little baby. Like, fuck dad. Cool, thank you. Yes, thank you so much for subscribing for 8 whole months. That's amazing. And thank you for the congratulations. I'm really excited. I can't believe it's already been 8 months. What is time? Time's an illusion. I'm gonna go into the shop in just a second, but now I'm confused because I'm trying to... Okay, so I got several bundles of hay that don't seem to be in my inventory. Did that go into my storage? Hold on, let me check the actual chest. Right? Crazy. What is time? But thank you so much, Ghoul, for subscribing and supporting me in that way. That's awesome. Spy with your eyes. A friendly slime fluff. This fluffhead, welcome in. I appreciate the good vibes and you stopping by even though you can't stay late. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you're having a bad day as well, Blue Fox. That sucks. I hope that y'all have much better days. Knock on wood. Okay. I'm gonna check because it looks like... Why do I have a Reth noodle roll in here? I'm checking what I have. I will moisten again. Thank you, Fluff. Seeing Ghoul's message again, which is cute. Okay. A 50 stream streak! Toric, that's crazy! I have been well. I just did a lot today, so I'm super hella sleepy. Holy crap, 50 streams in a row? That is bonkers. I mean, like, I obviously must have done 50 streams, Because 1 month is a lot of streams. And that's been out that long, but that just doesn't seem real. Yes, the terrible toxic dinosaur harem series. Your mini Oreos, your terrible toxic dino harem. Right? Yeah, no, 50 stream streak is crazy. That definitely woke me up. I will, don't worry. Kaede, when did you get in here? What's going on? Did I lock you in my office on accident? You can leave. Go ahead. Go ahead. Get out. That was confusing. So, I thought all the cats were out of my office. So I closed the door. And then suddenly, as I'm about to be like, oh yeah, don't worry, if I get too tired, I'll end stream. All of a sudden, I just hear this little tiny meow. Like the saddest little meow. And I look over, and one of my cats, Kaede, is just standing there looking at me so confused. Right? No, you really are. Holy, right? We were never seen again. Yeah, I guess she must have been in the window, which would explain why I didn't see her, because if she was behind the curtain, I wouldn't have. They were never seen again, victim to the beast within. I'm glad that you are enjoying hanging out, Toric. I love hanging out with y'all too, so... Exactly, you gotta get your money's worth for your pre-purchased 6 months and all that. Okay, before I forget, we're gonna... Do I already have these somewhere? I don't know. Where am I gonna put the noodles? On the floor, I guess. Okay. Now that is done, we're gonna go... If I can remember my buttons. I can't. We're gonna go into the shop. And we're gonna look at the idol outfits. Hey, let me, move the chat for a sec. And myself. That's cute. So this is the idol set. And it looks like... Oh, it looks like it has a dye option, too. That's nice. So that you can, like, dye it with palettes. So there's not a super good purple one, but the pink one's cute, and the red one's cool. And it looks like that hot pants one is the dude version. Can I preview the alternate version? I don't think I can preview the hot pants on my character, but that dance is hilarious. There's also music. And a glider. And... Is that a bow? That's so funny. Oh, those eyes are fancy. Some eye makeup. Glitter. So yeah, unfortunately, I can't preview the hot pants version because I don't have a mask character. But the mask version is hot pants, which is great. As you can see here. So yeah, you get basically the same outfit, but with more skin showing, essentially. Oh, actually, wait. Hold on. No, I think I figured it out. Okay. There's... I might know how to preview this. One sec. Let me go to my wardrobe. Because it looks like that's an alternate version of the pants, is the hot pants. So let me... That's the wrong pants. Hold on. I'm blocking myself again. Wondering what happened. Hold on. Where is the item? Is it at the bottom because it's new? I wish there was an easier way to look up the specific item I'm looking for. There are a lot of hot pants, though. Where? Oh! Ha. Okay. There it is. There's the... So you can show or hide the skirt to turn into hot pants, and you can also hide the chaps. So you can choose whether to have chaps or not, and you can choose whether to have a skirt or hot pants regardless of your character. And... so that's the skirt without the chaps. And you can also hide or show the bottom of your boots, too. And you can turn on and off the chaps. I'm glad that you've got something to do, Furio. That's good. Let me put my stuff back again. Take 2. Cherry Blossom Fairy, welcome in, welcome in. And also, hello to Nikki. Welcome in, welcome in. Am I doing the Sun-Kissed Summer? You know, I did see them mention the event, but I haven't actually looked at the details for it yet. I need to go check it out. I do have a letter. Let me clear out my inventory a little bit first. So my mouse decided to be mean to me. And the side buttons just stopped working. You could hide the chaps is an inherently intriguing statement, right? Any extreme... so far I don't think we've had a super crazy extreme makeover in Palia yet, though I did get some more mushrooms. We will have to check out what the new event stuff is, as I get flung into space. Can I put him... Boop. No, I want him over here. Okay, that's probably fine. This bed is just gonna go in one of my chests. What is this sign? That'll probably go in a chest too. Oh, those are indeed some fancy pods. Snow cone or shaved ice? That's a good question, Nikki. Would I rather have a snow cone or shaved ice? You know, I think I would lean a bit towards shaved ice. Just because with a snow cone, you have to deal with the dripping. And, like, it's harder to scoop it without it spilling everywhere. But, like, the texture is different. So, like, I think I also want to know the texture. Toric says snow cone. Because snow cone definitely has that, like, extra fun element, but I feel like it's messier. I think I prefer, like, the soft and fluffy texture, personally, of the, shaved ice. Look at this little guy. Look at how cool he is. And then this little guy is also cool. You prefer a cold treat, you finish off by drinking. Ah! I mean, I think you do that with shaved ice too, but... why? I feel like I have one of these guys somewhere already. but... Okay. Boop. Good. Okay. Now, we're gonna go into chest. Where's my nearest storage? Okay. What are these signs? Custom messages for people who visit your plot. That's fun. Carrot. What is... Okay, that's the Jack Cat stew that I stole. Not sure you've ever actually pondered... Yeah, right? What would be my choice of syrup? I feel like that really depends on what my options are. Because, like, if I have some of the crazier options, obviously I would go with those. What? No, I want 3. We're placing him over here. Like, I feel like I'd want to pick something like fruit. Like a mango or a raspberry or, you know, something like that. But it would depend on what my choices are. Because if I had a choice like green apple marshmallow, definitely for that. Blueberry for you, preferably half blueberry, half strawberry, root beer for your spouse. That's fun. Shaved ice with a pink bubblegum cinnamon mixture. That sounds cool. I don't know how well I would be able to do cinnamon because of my sense of taste, but yeah, like I feel like I would want to be more, I would like pick a bunch of different stuff, you know? I'd be like, ooh, because like I love green, like the sour green apple flavor. So I think if I had to pick like any candy flavor, I would just be like sour green apple. That's my choice. Water in my plants. Ah! The 2 little flowers hidden in the flowers. You ask, you got a shaved ice place in your town that has over 50 flavors? That's insane and amazing. What? That's so cool. Do they have, like, the super weird flavors? Your wife and I had a running gag for years. She'd ask if your D&D game had gotten to the part where you eat snow cones. You were finally able to land that brick joke when you hopped over to Starfinder. That's amazing. Good morning, googoorekasu. I hope you had a lovely sleep. I got up early and went to the store with my spouse because we had to do grocery shopping. The weirdest flavor they have is dill. You did kind of. I guess that's better than not having a good sleep at all. Is it like the super vinegary dill flavor? Or... Okay. Most of the flavors are winners. That's cool. You haven't tried it? Yeah, I mean, I can see why. I suppose if someone was like, what do you want of these 50 flavors? Dill would not normally be my first choice. I'm aware my watering can is empty. I don't have it equipped. Guava is heaven. Ooh, I wouldn't be surprised if they... So it sounds like they have the really good flavors too, and not like the gross ones. Or like the sad ones. I didn't mean to jump. You always return at the weirdest moments. Dill would not be my... Oh. Perfect. That is a good moment. Nikki got a new shaved ice place that has 50 flavors, and one of them is dill, like dill pickle. And we were like, all right. A lot of salt content. Right? Yeah, I wonder if that would affect the melting of the ice. Right? Yeah. That's what we were mentioning is when I asked, like, is it the really vinegary type of dill? And Nikki was like, I haven't tried it. I'm like, I mean, I can see why if you had 50 options, dill would not be your first choice. Oh my goodness. Let's check my, my bars. Right? It does track. Okay, what crafter can I make? I can't do a heavy smelter until I get more bricks. And I actually can do the heavy sawmill. Pick up. Wait. I have a heavy sawmill. Already. What am I doing? Okay, so I have a heavy sawmill. And that... Wait, this is a heavy smelter. Okay. So, do I need to go unlock the recipes? Oh. Okay, that's gonna be from the new area. Let me check my worms. I can't feed my worms weeds. Actually, I have a great idea. Where did all my milk go? I guess I'll go get some from my ranch. Do I like Mega Man style platformers? I mean, I've played some of them before. I think it depends on the game. I mean, like, I played a little bit of Do You Want to Be the Guy? I'm not sure if anyone's gonna get what I'm referencing, actually. Heavy sawmill, right? It was already done. Wait, that's not who I clicked on. Yeah, I want to be the guy. There we go. Yes, that's what I was talking about. You did get... Okay. Yeah, I played a little bit of it. Right? I, definitely never got past the beginning of that game. That was crazy. Look, it's skunk. And tomahawk. I'm sorry y'all are sad and hungry. I don't have enough food. Alright, the beautiful Snow White. Alright, y'all have been feeded. Let me check out everyone else. Did I feed? Yes, I did feed you. Apples aren't supposed to fall up, right? You're never too young for the Vietnam flashbacks. Did I just see a horse somewhere? The Hans! The Hans has arrived. We're going kind of speed mode a little bit here. have I not... Is it you, Sparkle? No, I did you recently, so then is it Quirk? No, that's not... Why are y'all standing on top of each other? Mega Man style, did you- someone beat that? That game is like freaking impossible on like regular ass difficulty. This is my first horse. I guess this will just be Hans for now. Hello, Hans. Welcome to the ranch where everyone is starving because I don't play enough to make food. Mega Man style platformers typically don't click for you. Something about the jumping physics combined with the required pattern recognition. Yeah, that makes sense. No saves. Technically, you can get one save on impossible with a glitch. The dev's response, you weren't supposed to be able to do- I mean, don't put it in the game if you don't want people to figure out how to do it. But that's insane. They were like, that's not supposed to be beatable, fam. And they were like, worship me. Worship me. Worship. But that's insane. Whew. It's giving me, surviving as the barbarian vibes. Surviving in another world as a barbarian. The premise of that webtoon is basically dude plays a video game and he's like, that's like impossible to defeat, and then one day he like actually manages to beat it and ends up getting sucked into video game world. But there's like this whole thing about like, oh, it turns out actually most people only ever beat the game by using cheats that decrease the difficulty level. And there are people being like, I managed to beat the game on 50% of normal difficulty, and everyone's like, oh my god, that's like impossible. And bro's like, wait, you could do that? Like that was an option? Wait, hold on. Okay. I think we've said hello to everyone. That's so funny, though, that he... Like, can you imagine beating a game and the devs themselves... Like, you finally defeat this stupidly impossible game, and the devs are just straight up like, yeah, no, you're not actually supposed to be able to defeat that. Like, this is supposed to be impossible. Okay. Alright, so this is gonna go in here, which does allow me to get those out. As are these elderflowers. And the elderwood lotus. How many briar daisies do I have? I don't actually have a whole lot, so I'll put those in there too. I have so many eggs in here. What the heck? There, that's my feed my animals stack. Okay, so I need to go through and okay. Where are my venerateds? And also let me see who I can breed. Speaking of hard games, do you know there's a reward for beating Dead Space 2? I don't think I know what the reward for Dead Space 2 on the hardest difficulty is. What is it? Nice. Congrats on getting your 5 coins from the gambling. Oh my god, it's time to gacha. Yeah, okay, I can't actually breed Coldfire right now. I wanted to breed chicken. You are beautiful. Purple. No, I want to give them an actually nice name. Why not Rena 2.0? Because Rena 2.0 doesn't exist anymore because I gave them away. It's hilarious both in power and sound design. It's a foam hand. Oh, I think I've heard of that one. That actually goes pew pew when it fires and it one-hit kills standard enemies. That's amazing. Okay. There's Lisa and Snow White. You're pretty. Blanche, because I was reading webcomics recently. Doing my best as the female lead stepmother, maybe, is the name of that one in English. I don't have any other horses. Well. Wait, I already did this. I already feeded them. Blanche, get over here. Hardest difficulty terms everything up to 11 and has limited saves. That's bonkers. Whew. They're like, oh, you wanted this to be harder? Alright. Do they have the ability for, like, quick save for exiting purposes? Or does saving to stop playing the game steal one of your saves? I'm drinking my tea. It's hot though, so I can't just like chug it. Taito, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for the lurk. Let me give you a shout out. Go and check out Taito Silence. Taito plays a ton of gachas, including Infinity Nikki and a bunch of other really fun stuff. I think it would steal one of your saves. That kind of sucks. I feel like more games need to have, like, an accessibility quick save feature where it just lets you exit the game. And, like, once you load the save, like, you can't go back with it. It just basically pauses your game so you can, like, leave, you know? My barn is full. But yes, right, go check out Taito. Taito plays a lot of gacha games and other fun stuff like Monster Hunter and Infinity Nikki and stuff. And we're actually going to be doing a Monster Hunter collab next week on Thursday. So, that will be much fun. Can I sort this by animal? I can't, because that would be convenient. Let me find one of my replicate animal cookies. Is it this one? I only have one of those cookies though. I don't think I want to use that one on them. Venerated. Wildfire's just sparkly, but like I haven't been able to getting one that's sparkly that like is just the one color across is like stupidly hard. No, I don't want to retire you. I guess I'll donate Coldfire. Let me check on Blueberry and Sandy. It is. I'm feeling a little less sleepy now that I started stream, especially because apparently Toric has a 50 stream streak, which is insane. And then, yee. I know, I'm so excited to play. That'll be so much fun to play Monster Hunter together. The limited saves have to be rationed across the whole game. googoorekasu, you have a 50 stream streak too! That's awesome! You guys have been, like, hitting every single stream I've done, like, since that feature launched. That is crazy. Thank you guys so much. I'm so glad that you enjoy hanging out in the stream. That makes me so happy. Okay. So, fashion can go bye-bye. Hive. Nemi, welcome in, welcome in! Let me give you a shout out as well. If you are interested in lots of pretty art and hangout and other fun things as well, you can go check out Atelier Lucearwa as well. The lovely Nemi. Right? 50 twinsies. Y'all are like you're hitting like the OG status over there. Thank you for bringing your... Oh yeah, of course, Tiki. That was a lot of fun. You'll be sleeping soon, but you'd like... I would love a joke. I would love to hear all of your jokes, whether you guys made them up or not. I guess we'll retire Hive for now. And then Blueberry and Sandy. Do you know why the oatmeal cookie was sad? No, I don't. Well, no, see, clearly they should all come to your channel to see how you use vector lines, right? So you can show them how Clip Studio Paint has vector lines, and honestly, the only reason I'm not using Clip Studio Paint is because it doesn't support 32-bit, and all of my Photoshop files are in 32-bit. Whoops! Okay, Sandy can go bye-bye. Blueberry... I will retire a Blueberry just in case. Vectors are based. I wish Photoshop had vector lines. I mean, I guess I could use Illustrator if I wanted to do vector lines, but like, can't really say since it's personal, but at least it has its raisins. That's... Oh, that's funny. Perfect. Oh, I love it. Blueberry is retiring, and Sandy is donating. Okay. You just know how to use the tools you have. I mean, that's like half the battle. Well, and like, you work really hard to get around any of the issues you have, like, since you know that you can't do the, like, shape sketching to get the form, you find references, and, you know, all that sort of stuff. Moldy Boss, welcome in, welcome in! That is a good one. You were cooking with that one, Nikki. that really cooked, for sure. Magpie, I am sleepy, but I'm doing good. We're gonna make the goopy baby. Dang, this goopy baby! Hello, toxic sludge. This gooby baby really cooking with the effects though. Oh, you have some good news and some bad news. Do you want to? What's the bad news? Good news is you got Resident Evil 2 remake for dirt cheap. Nice. I guess you'll just be orangey. Bad news is you reinstalled League of Legends! RIP. Right, F's in the chat for Moldy Boss, who we are about to lose to League of Legends. Right, rip in the pepperoni. Right? No, resist the siren song. Every time I hear siren song, I just think of that song from Secret Legends. Secret Legend? Is that the name? I'm remembering the name of that game, right? No, Secret World. There we go. Secret World. Oh, I should just go buy a horse real quick. A Hans. Buy a Hans. I really like that one. It's just the etc. It's just that over and over again. Yeah, I heard that when they turned it into Legends, they dumbed down some of the gameplay. I haven't actually played it myself, but I did play the original. Horns. I should also get another Boover. Can't breed them if I've only got the one. What sort of stuff, Star Knight, thank you so much for subscribing for 3 whole months. I really appreciate it. Thank you. It was also fun seeing you over in the other channel as well when we were both hanging out in the chat. Too bad this game is laggy on Switch 1. Yeah, it's a little intense for Switch 1, I noticed. Also, yes, hello! No more cross-spec synergies. Oh, that is sad. Boover. This is gonna be Boof. Wow, Boof got some good stats. You have a lot of time. You have a lot of time in LoL, but you never committed to being good at it. I mean, yeah. I don't know if I could ever bring myself to go back because I told you guys about this last time. They ruined my girl. I was a Soraka main, and they like completely redesigned her in a way that like just like dumbed her down, and like she's just like a stereotypical anime girl now instead of like a badass, clearly supposed to be POC alien goat woman, and now she's like standard uwu like anime girl, and I'm like, why would you do this to my fucking badass alien goat lady? How could you do this? I'm sleepy. I can't even remember what streams I was hanging out in earlier today. Okay, can I use any of these in the worms? Let's go check. I just walked into the Royal Highlands, and there's just a quest, like, right there, where you just, like, slap some amber and a horse comes out. That's a bad description. It's in my last VOD if you want to check. But basically, I'll show you where to go. If you go to the docks in the Elderwood, there's a gate that will take you to the Royal Highlands, and if you just walk up the path, you'll find our lovely little emo hunter boy, and he will help you get a horse. Eki loading. You had an SO once who played League and raged like a god teenager when she lost. Oof. I mean, honestly, Nikki, that's just kind of like how those games are. My spouse actually is like I actually originally played with my spouse who played it back when it was like a Warcraft 3 map. My spouse actually played a lot of those games back when they were Warcraft 3 maps. Usually a chill person, but actually insert the were you both dating the same person joke. But yeah, I'll show you exactly where the entrance is, Star Knight, in a second. Slap some amber sounds like a euphemism, and a horse comes out. Doesn't help anything. Okay, cool. Yes, I can. Just slap that in there and get me some fucking worms. Do you guys think the people that created all those custom Warcraft maps that got turned into actual games, like, actually got paid when those got turned into, like, actual games? Or if they were just, like, shit out of luck? Who knows? You got a Reese's bar? Nice. Grats. Alright. Let me check that all my stuff is watered. It is. Okay, so we're gonna go horse. Here we go. I will show you where to get horse. Back in the day, maybe. Today, not so much. Yeah, it probably depends on who made it in the game and all that jazz. Okay. So we're gonna go to the dock. Alright, so we're at the dock, right? And then, if you go here, it'll just take you to the Royal Highlands. I don't know at what point in the quest you have to be, but for reference, I haven't even, like, finished unlocking the ability to do, like, this stuff yet. So, yeah. I haven't fully unlocked the ability to get the creepy essence yet, and I have access to it, right? Yeah, there's a lot of new things in the game. I don't think this is gonna count. It didn't. Rip. I do have the... yeah. Okay, is there another spot? Okay, it looks like not so. Right, yeah, no, they've been adding a bunch of new areas and, like, new mechanics and stuff. It's really fun. So, if we go to the Elderwood... meet YouTube Indie? Yeah, go ahead. I can, here, let me... I don't know if you use Discord at all. But if you want to go into the Discord, we have a media channel, and you can, like, throw that stuff in there. Big Top Burger. What is that about? So once you hit the Highlands, you'll get, like, a cutscene. And then if you walk, you might next time. All right, yeah. What is Big Top Burger about? If you walk along this path... oh, you're in bed. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Let me know next time when you're not in bed. You can also just use exclamation point Discord, and it'll just give you the link. If you go down this path, right here, you'll see a horse trapped in amber, and Hassan will be, like, right next to it. Awaa! Awaa! It's a cartoon about some clowns that own a burger food truck. Is it, like, slapstick, or...? So, yes, that's how you get the horses. I discovered that on accident because I was trying to complete my quests, and they were like, go to the Highlands. And I'm like, wait, I can just go to the Highlands? I'm not, like, trapped? So, yeah. I am at the point where I have used the potion that Tamala made for me to get essence, and now I've gone to one of the gathering vendors, right? Exactly, Hork, correct. And they have told me, yeah, sure, I will make you a thing that lets you catch infected whatever it is you're trying to gather, you know? I went to Einar because Einar is my boyfriend. Why would I not ask Einar? It's like absurd comedy. The boss of the crew runs on cartoon logic while everyone else acts as the straight man. That's kind of funny. Oh, whoops. That does sound funny. So instead of like one straight man and a bunch of funny men, it's all straight men and one funny man. That was why it was so difficult. Still need to solve the dragon egg puzzles. No worries. Did it break? Heavy sigh. Yeah, they were a little glitchy, so like I would try to get one, and then it wouldn't work, but it would still use up my lure. So, haha. Hopefully I can craft them. And the game's not gonna be like, fuck you, slime! Dear Rena, okay, I've got to tell you something in person. It'll be like the coolest thing you've ever heard. Run over here as soon as you can, seriously! I got this letter from Hodari the other day, which is just like, you've become a proper miner. Got a little something prepared in celebration if you want to come see me. Just don't expect anything too special, alright? And I'm like, the Hodari fangirls must have lost their mind when they got that letter. The Hodari fan peeps? I know Hodari is popular amongst all. I think someone big voices the antagonist. I don't know who Chris Flemings is, but everyone was like, oh, that guy! That's interesting. Alright, yeah, no, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I hope you have a lovely sleep and a lovely rest of the day. Good luck getting your dragon egg puzzles done, and enjoy your horse. I'm glad I could help. I'm glad I accidentally figured out how to get horse. Much love right back at you. Mwah! Thank you so much for coming and hanging out for a bit. Yes, exactly, Haunts. I named my horse Haunts, actually. Okay. Back to the woods from whence I came. Hodarlings, that's good. I saw someone in a video call him Hodaddy at one point, and it was so fucking funny. Watch as the other, as the fishing spot is gone now because it put me in a new instance. Rip. Right? Correct. That still makes me laugh. What's this? What's this? It's splashing everywhere. It's an ancient koi again. Okay, I need one more fish. Just one. So we're gonna go to the Royal Highlands and back just to see if it refreshes the spawns. Ooh, a cruise? Is it like just one of the cruises where like the point is being on the boat, or is it one of the cruises where you're like going somewhere specific? Also, I hope it's something that, like, is fun and not, like, obligatory. Well, I'm not gonna complain about that. Cozy Degenerate sounds like an alt. It really, that actually, Cozy Degeneracy would be a really good alt band name. Some sort of alt punk band or something. Look, loot. You're off for the night? Yes, I will. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out, Toric. I hope you enjoy. I found explosions! A cracked spherical object covered in runes. All the flow has already seeped out of it. What could it have been for? Explosion! It's already been an hour. What is time? Ads are gonna start in a minute. That didn't count as a fish, even though the fishing spot got used up. Because it was a treasure chest and not a fish. Last time it was on a Carnival cruise, you couldn't enjoy it. Oh. Bahamas, but the boat is a whole Vegas hotel. Ooh, that sounds fun. Hopefully you actually get to enjoy it this time. Look, a tiny fish. A fish! Yeah, I could see why that wouldn't be as fun as an 11-year-old. Oh, I'm not going back to see Einar? Boo. What does Einar want this week? Ah, I don't know, apparently. 'Tis a mystery. Still remember hanging out at the bar in the casino. That's kind of funny. You got a free soda car. That's fun. Card. Ah, that is still fun. Nice. So you just sat and drank soda. That is fun, but not as fun as a cruise to the Bahamas should have been, really. Heart-stopping heart drops intro. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go see Tish. Gonna be golden. Oh, up with our voices. Wake up!
Welcome to the valley.
There's something about you that just brightens up my day. I heard you needed help? Yes! Oh, my dragon, I'm so glad it's you. This is probably the most important thing to ever happen in either of our lives. That is a hell of a lead up, Tish. Have you heard of the Heart Drop Girls? The who what now? Oh, this is so exciting. I wish I could learn about them again for the first time. The Heart Drop Girls are only the biggest girl group of bards in the world. I've been a huge fan of theirs for years, even longer than I've liked the Bahari Boys.
Oh.
So anyway, they're holding a fan sign in Bahari City. The restaurant, though, was fabulous. If you didn't like what you ordered, the waiter would happily take it back. Ooh, that's nice. I entered the raffle to try and win, but the chances are really low. And I won! Wow, good job, Tish. It's a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing, and I really, really want to go. But it's happening at the same time as this big children's charity drive I signed up for. I'll go to the fan sign for you. No. I can help with the charity drive. Really? Oh my gosh, you mean it? You're the best, Rena! I promise that if I make it to the fan sign, I will totally get something signed for you. Okay, so I signed up for the furniture drive, but I obviously can't just donate furniture. I was planning on helping out with all 4 of the categories. It's for a local orphanage over in Bahari, and I don't want those kids to want for anything. If you take half the categories and I take the other half, we can totally get this done, right? Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, I better get started on my half ASAP. Oh, did you want to walk back to the bulletin board with me? It's on my way. Sure, let's go. Great, let's head out. That's awesome. That's super cool that they would just, like, let you, like, replace your food. A Bahari Bay elementary schooler wants to know the difference between a cactus and a cactus moray. Catch one and find out. Get bug? What that? Get a bug? Ooh. Okay. That rainbow jam plushie's freaking adorable. What? Aristocrat's bath. Fill it with milk, or whatever other strange things royalty are bathing in these days. You need to try lobster again now. Ooh, yeah, that could be really fun. You'll definitely have to let us know how it goes. Accomplishments, artifacts, bulletin board. I need to be able to make capital cheek. Cute. They have a pride thing. That's nice. Let's see what we get. So we get our prismatic rainbow wallpaper. Whatever the color, it's all love. We get our Sienna Pride palette. We get the Giga Rainbow Frogbert. Ooh, Red Rose Pride palette. Ooh, this is where we get the Rainbow Jam plushie. Ooh, and we get another Prisma Fish plush. And a green jade. Ooh, those glasses are cute. Look at those. Those little heart glasses. Tanzite Pride. Ooh, the prismatic nameplate is sweet. And that has like a whole month. So for the whole month, you'll be able to do that. So definitely make sure that you log in to I Palia and get your pride stuff. I'm actually working on a badge for this month / my birthday, because my birthday is also this month. I wonder if... Oh, I leveled up again. I got one of my free items. Yeah, they had their 10 million celebration before, which was cool. And now, I love how they, unless it's specifically one of the limited time ones that they tell you are limited time and are totally free and you don't have to do any farming for, you just have to log in. I love how all of these are just here forever until you do them. I love how they set up their battle pass system. It's like the best way to do it possible. I'm super excited for you, Nikki. That's gonna be so fun. Where boyfriend? There he is! Come back! Your favorite battle pass is on Warframe? Nice.
Would you enjoy going?
It's been a hot minute since I played Warframe. I don't actually remember what their battle pass system was like. I would say it is a pleasure to see you. But I know not pleasure. Only oneness.
Oh.
Your kind called my kind the Golders.
Yes.
We have another name. But you wouldn't be able to pronounce it. Its syllables are only understandable in the language of flow. Yes, Rena? You're really tall. Yes, I find it very agreeable when trying to reach tall things in tall places. Would you like my assistance in your vertical challenges? Yee. I want this, but I'm not high enough level yet. I also want this, but I'm also not high enough level yet. Wait.
Please return in a timely manner.
I will. We don't want Einar to get lonely. What he want? Alien and terrifying, some say the Void Ray can enter the Echo Realm and feed off smaller echoes found in Bahari Bay caves using glowworms. I do have to go to Bahari Bay and fish with glowworms anyway, so... It's completely free with achievements tied to raising your rank. That's nice! Yeah, see, Palia, all of its purchases are entirely cosmetic. Nothing mechanical is tied to purchases. It's all, the achievement cycle, daily, weekly, monthly. That's cool. Yeah, so the way that the Palia ones work, and all of their monetization works, I can't hit the right button apparently. So they drop one of these battle passes, and you just select whichever one you want to level up, and just doing stuff in the game gets you experience, and you earn all the free rewards, and then once you finish, you can just buy the pass, or you can buy it ahead of time or whenever. And then in the shop, they're constantly releasing like new outfits and new skins and having discounts, and they have like every possible aesthetic you could ever want, and they're constantly adding new ones. And here's the best part: the price of the items changes based on what you get. So, like, for example, this Draconic Knight bundle that gets you, like, this super fancy, crazy armor is more expensive than just the coat. Like, just this random coat is way cheaper, you know? Oh, you want to buy this entire bundle? You know, oh, this really simple glider skin is going to be cheaper than the really custom glider skin. And they also have this really cool thing where, yes, you can just straight up buy the pets, but you know what else you can do? You can buy a handler's license that allows you to take one of the animals you bred on your ranch and have it be your follower, instead of using one of the ones they have here, which is really nice. And they have a bunch of different housing things that you can do. So, like, they have their default one, but then you can buy, like, basically a theme for your plot, as well as, like, oh, I want my sales bin to be a mimic, or I want my mailbox to look different. Or you can buy a skin for your tools, you know? They have some special emotes that, like, are outfit related. They have, you know, special stickers. And all of their bundles are, like, the cost of their currency is actually really good. Like, for example, their cheapest currency package is $4.99, and you receive 425 coins. Or you can buy Zeki's Loyalty Club, and they will give you the amount of coins that you would get if you bought the $4.99 package, and then if you log in every day, you get, like, twice that number of coins just from logging in. So they don't do that annoying thing where if you buy the loyalty club, you have a chance of not getting your money's worth, because they just give you $4.99 worth of coins. And then all of the extra coins that you get are just entirely free, basically, just for logging into the game once you've gotten your $4.99 worth of coins. So you never have to worry about buying one of these packs and not getting what you paid for. Also, I've already bought the bundles, but they have these really good deals. In their best deals section. Oh, they actually have some new bundles. I haven't looked at these yet. Because I haven't looked at the Royal Highland stuff. But all of their bundles, when they say, like, 600% value, they're actually telling the truth. Because, like, the price of the bundle ends up being, like, for example, okay, let's check how much it costs to get, 400 coins, right? So, if you spend $33, you will get a little less than 3,500, right? This is $30 for 4,000 coins, plus amount, plus this thing, plus a bunch of the items that they themselves cost money, and several outfits and several mounts. So, like, they give you, these packs give you not only more currency than you would get for just spending that amount of money, they also give you a bunch of the cosmetics in the shop that you would also normally have to spend the currency on. And so, like, the bundles are actually worth, like, way more than the dollar value would be, which I really like. And, like I said, everything in the shop is purely cosmetic. Like, the only thing I can think of is having a pet allows you to send 4 of the items in your inventory to your house every 15 to 30 minutes. Which is just a convenience thing. You don't really need it. And I think one of the packs is like $5 or something, and you get a pet from that one. So, like, it doesn't really do anything else other than just be hella cute and, you know, hang out with you. So yeah, I really like that it's all cosmetic, and they focus really hard on trying to make all of the bundles and stuff, like, actually feel like they are worth the cost. And the outfits aren't super expensive either. I was like, for example, let's see. You get, so it's like $5 for like 420 coins or whatever, right? It's like $9 for 850. Okay. So like this pack where you get this rainbow skin for this like glowing prismatic rainbow skin for every single one of your 6 different tools is like $8. And you can just use this on any variant of your tool forever. And you can mix and match them and turn them on and off and all that, you know. And they have like a glowy iridescent effect that's constantly shifting through the rainbow on them. And like, obviously not everyone is going to think that's worth $8, but like, you could also get it for $5 if you buy Zeki's loyalty pack and log in for enough days. Because you end up getting like 1,375 currency if you get Zeki's loyalty pack and log in every single day instead of just the base 425, which you will get whether you log in every day or not. And then I think you get like a certain amount of currency every day for the rest of the days. Weirdest the most hilarious monetization you've ever seen was a zombie browser game. $10 got you a month of boosters and item find boost. Everything else in the cash shop was stupidly expensive. It's kind of funny when that sort of thing happens and you're just like, what? Yeah, no, I love how you don't have to buy the battle passes in Palia for them to stick around forever. They're just there until you want to buy them. And all of the shop items are the same way. Like, once in a while, they'll have, like, a holiday item that will rotate in and out, but it always comes back every holiday. Like, this little guy, the Umbral Wool, comes back every October. You know. Also, there is a workaround that allows you to buy it through people's profiles. I actually have a video about it on my YouTube. The most outrageous thing was a minigun that had unlimited ammo for $250? That is kind of bonkers. What the heck? You're like, no thanks. Okay, so I need to fish in a cave. I'm pretty sure there is a cave around here, but I don't remember where the entrance is. Real quick, I should also check the coast of Bahari Bay at any point during the day or night. Okay, so I'll try to get a cactus moray first, and then I'll go after Einar's present, because I can always get a different thing for Einar. That is crazy. $250 for the unlimited ammo minigun. Goes to the back like, you better give me Tramp Stamp Leon for $250, damn. Look, a fish! You'd prefer a super soldier serum? Yeah. I was just remembering the visual mod I saw Taito using on Resident Evil. Was the crop top Tramp Stamp Leon visual costume mod. Sadly, that's locked behind the leaderboard holder shop. Aww. Cool stuff always being locked behind the leaderboards. Yeah, Palia is very big on the play at your own pace, and you basically never have to worry about not being able to do something because you didn't play in time. Obviously, there are some limited events, but they don't ever drop anything that's like... I think usually they've been, like, slowly implementing some of the minor limited time stuff into, like, a shop, so you can, like, purchase the items later. Not for real money, for in-game currency. But otherwise, it's just like, okay, this specific flooring can only be gotten during this, like, 1 to 2 month period where they're doing this specific quest. But I think you can then get that later, so... But yeah, I like how, like, 99% of everything in the game is just, you get it whenever you play the game and get it, you know? Also, the other nice thing is your garden, for example, your plants never die. They just don't grow unless you water them. So if you don't play for 6 months, you just come back and water your plants and they start growing again. That kind of stuff. The NPCs don't lose affection because you don't talk to them. They also intentionally have the pacing slowed. So, like, for example, you can talk to NPCs. Yay! There's my cactus moray. You can talk to NPCs once every in-game day, and you can give them a present once every real-life day. And then the items that give them the biggest affection boosts change once a real-life week, you know? The bulletin board quests that you can turn in stuff for, that occasionally might have, like, a random cosmetic item or, like, housing item or something in them, reset every, like, month or so, I think. It might be more than that. I don't remember the exact timing. And you can see what the rewards for everything is, you know? And you can choose which set of rewards you want to get. And it's different based on what you're doing. Like, for example, can't remember my buttons. So the bundle board is different than the dailies. So the rewards that you get for doing your dailies are different than the rewards that you get for the bundle board, for example. So you can just log in and do your dailies if you don't care about any of the bundle board rewards. Or you can just do the bundle board if you don't care about any of the, like, monthly, daily completion rewards. And doing your dailies and... What was your favorite reward from the Warframe Battle Pass? I haven't played Warframe in a hot minute. I think it was right after they dropped, that new area where we went to, like, another world. And everything was all, like, topsy-turvy. It wasn't right after we got our human form, but it was the big expansion after that, where, like, we went to that alternate dimension where everyone was, like, twisty-turvy weirdness. If that makes sense. Sorry, my description is absolutely horrendous. Okay, I think this is a cave that has fishable places in it, so I can get that thing for Einar. Reusable Spectre gear recipe. Ooh, interesting. Just a bit timey-wimey. Yep. Gave you a deployable stalker. That's fun. But yeah, I love how none of the stuff you can buy in Palia is, like, mechanical enhancements. Yes, thank you, the Duvari. Yeah. I stopped playing right after Duvari dropped. Like, I went into the area, and then I didn't really do a whole lot after that. blob. Just to check. Okay, it's just Bahari Bay Bahari Bay Caves using glowworms. Probably don't know your main then. You play as Yarali. I do remember Yarali. I think she was coming out, like, right as I stopped playing. I think that she had gotten announced at that point, but I don't think she dropped yet. Because I remember I was looking at her and considering if I wanted to play Yarali, and then I think we stopped playing either right before or right around when she dropped. I played Ivara because I love me a jellyfish, and Wisp, I think, were my two faves when I stopped. Sadly, I never really got to use Ivara beyond hunting for critters and diversion. The missions where you have to sneak through a group of people and, like, poke a thing. Because her usability wasn't as useful for any... Or, occasionally, some of those, like, Nemesis ones. Because I could just sneak through all the NPCs and, like, snipe the guy we were there to kill. But other than that, after Wisp came out, I was playing her a lot more often. Well, it didn't help that I don't think me or my spouse had the right build to be doing those fights in the first place. We were like, why are these so freaking hard? They take forever. And so what I started doing is I would just sneak past all the enemies, head off my fishing rod. I know I had a couple other characters that I'd geared up, but I don't... Like, I know I was testing out... I feel like I might have had a Wukong back when you could still, like, semi-AFK with his clone. But yeah, Wisp and Ivara were my faves, especially because I love Jellyfish Ivara. Like, I really like base Ivara, but Jellyfish Ivara was just peak. Loki and Grendel. So, fun fact, did you know that Warframe used to be like a PvP MOBA style game? Like, that was the whole game? That was the entire game? Did you know? The reason I know this is because me and my spouse played the game back... Okay, thank fucking God, because I can't, like... Me and my spouse have tried to Google this, because no one else fucking remembers that Warframe used to be a PvP MOBA. I don't know why. It's literally, you can't even find it on the Wikipedia. It is insane. The Wikipedia is like, they dropped their story, and I'm like, you mean they dropped the PvP MOBA? And then, like, because what had happened is me and my spouse got the PvP MOBA version of Warframe. Because you know how they had the 3 frames you could select in the beginning, one of which was Loki? So we both selected Loki, we played a couple rounds, we went, this is interesting, but like, whatever, and then we didn't really play it ever again. And then one day, one of our friends was like, hey, have you guys played Warframe? And we're like, yeah, but it's just like another one of those PvP MOBAs. And they were like, what? And we're like, Warframe, the PvP MOBA where you play like the moving suit of armor? And they're like, you play a moving suit of armor, but it's not a PvP MOBA game. And we're like, what do you mean it's not a PvP MOBA game? They're like, yeah, it has like a story and everything. And we're like, what? So we got the game, and the only reason that we knew we clearly weren't hallucinating, okay, is that when we logged into the game with our Warframe accounts, we both had a Loki and no other frames. And an uncompleted tutorial mission. And when we went into the tutorial mission, that everyone was saying was the first thing that loads up when you start the game, we got the frame we were supposed to get from the tutorial mission that wasn't Loki, because Loki was no longer available at the beginning of the game. And so we're like, okay, so clearly this has to be the same game. Because our friend told us that when they made their account, they went straight into the tutorial mission, but both of us just ended up in a ship with a Loki and an uncompleted tutorial mission. So this has to be that game we played, but we could literally find no evidence of it anywhere. So it's vaguely cathartic to find someone else who remembers Warframe, the PvP MOBA game. It's like, okay, good. An extra piece of evidence that, like, someone outside of, like, me and my spouse remember this, like, piece of lost internet lore, I guess. So technically Loki was our first frame. Yeah, good. It's like, okay, cool. And yeah, like, every time, like, periodically, I would just, like, Google to see if I could find someone talking about it, and, like, no one brings it up. It's not on the Wikipedia. Like, you can literally find nothing about it anywhere. And I'm like, how do you so accurately scrub the internet of just a fact of a game that you made? Like, what is this? But cool, it's good to know that someone else gets to live through that, like, did I hallucinate an entire, like, alpha of a game? What? Did you also play the PvP MOBA version? Or did you just, like, hear about it? Maybe I will get the manta someday. You didn't play it, but a coworker did? Okay, so you also got to... That's actually kind of funny. You also heard about it secondhand from someone who did play it. But yeah, that was a very confusing conversation for all of us because, you know, we're over here like, yeah, the PvP MOBA game about piloting a mech suit, and they were like, yes to the mech suit, but no to the PvP MOBA game. And we're like, we're trying to describe the game back and forth, and we're like, yes to like half of what you're saying, but the other part is just not a thing. And we looked up the game, and we're like, yeah, no, this is clearly the same game we played, but, like, it's a completely different game now, I guess. Need to make, like, a Warframe PvP MOBA era survivors group or something for, like, the few people that actually remember that. We can all commiserate that we're not actually insane. And yeah, that was the part that, like, really finalized that this was clearly the same game for me and my spouse, was when we both logged in, had a Loki, and the tutorial mission was listing as uncompleted for us, because we were like, okay, clearly this was the same game, because we still have the frame we picked. But yeah, that's really funny. We've been glancing at it, pondering, especially since Bungie decided to finally, you should go to bed but you're having fun. Oh no! I know, right? That's always the real struggle. Do you have anything you have to do in the morning? But yeah, Bungie finally decided to put Destiny 2 out of its misery after slowly, like, poisoning it for years. So you have work in the morning? Yeah, I mean, if you have to do anything that requires being able to think, you probably would want to go to sleep. The Discord link is also on the About Me page on Twitch, so whenever you get on a computer, you can always, get the Discord link, and then, like, on your phone or on whatever device, and then you can also, like, go and yap in the Discord too, so you don't have to wait until the next stream. But the next stream is on Saturday, yeah, so you only have to wait, like, a day or two, and then we can yap again. I keep trying to hit the buttons on my mouse, but they don't work right now. That's usually the way I think about it, is, am I doing something the next day that I have to have a fully functioning brain for? If yes, try to go to sleep. If no, your boss is surprisingly understanding. If you fall asleep, she pulls you off of what you normally do and does something that requires you to stand. That's cool. I guess it depends. Have you had to do that too many times recently? We don't need no brain, right? Exactly. No brain, only fish. And yapping about lost media. Exactly. Only fish and Nikki. Nikki, nah. I love that cute little opening. Apparently some people don't get the Nikki, nah opening when they open Infinity Nikki. Which is just sad. Like, what a tragedy that you turn on Infinity Nikki and you don't hear the cute little Momo voice going, Nikki, nah, every time. She says as long as you don't find a place to hide when you sleep, it's fine. That's kind of sweet. Why am I not getting the fish that I want? Only fish and fashion. I'm making a new fit in Infinity Nikki, and it's really pretty, but I don't have the Eurekas I want for it, because I want an entire set of iridescent Eurekas, and I'm smart for making that decision. The worm caught me a boot. That there boot. She worries you take too much caffeine. Oh, do you do too much caffeine? Should I introduce you to Just Tea? Because they have a whole bunch of teas that are like different caffeine levels and stuff, which is really nice. Is that the thing I need? No, I think that's a vampire manta, not the void manta. The bat! You have a hard cutoff at 400 milligrams staggered throughout the day. I will admit, I don't know what the Dr. Lee recommended amount of caffeine is. As long as you're not having heart palpitations and being jittery, I think it's okay. Not doctor's advice. Like a big like disclaimer starts flashing on the screen that's like, Rena the slime is not a doctor. They're just a slime. Please consult a medical professional. Yeah? Oh, is this the thing I need? Yay! It's so cute. Let's see if I can catch another one. Yeah, if I have too much caffeine, and by too much caffeine, I just mean like a normal-ass cup of tea. Like, if my brain is asleep and my body is awake, my entire body will get shaky. Like, I'll just get jittery as all fuck. So what I did is I got myself some purple tea from Just Tea. Just as in justice and tea, but like one word. So the tea in just and tea is the same tea. It's a Kenyan company, and not only do they work directly with the Kenyan farmers to give them like better stuff, but they also like feature them on the merch and blah blah blah. And I get the purple tea because it has very low caffeine, so I don't have to worry about that. You ever wonder what it's like to take that Fallout drug that slows time down? That's what happens. Oh no! You go into buff out mode. That's crazy. Yeah, I can see why you have that hard cutoff. That's not because I go into Fallout fantasy drugs mode, but because if I drink more than like a cup or two of even my low caffeine tea in a row, I like my entire body gets hella jittery, you know, and like it starts giving me anxiety. It gives me, you know how when you have a negative emotion like anxiety, it creates a physical response? My body starts producing the same effects that I would get when I'm anxious, for example. And like, you know, I get all shaky and blah, blah, blah. So I specifically make sure I go and drink something else. Like I got an herbal tea with no caffeine so I can swap back and forth to let my body like deal with that. And I do have to be careful sometimes because if I have way too much energy and I get like a matcha drink or something from like the local boba place, I'll end up like just like vibrating by the time I'm done drinking it. And I'm like, this is not good. I have made the wrong decision. What have I done? I drank a matcha when I already had energy. That's bonkers. I have like the ADHD version. Yeah, let's see. You start the day with a strong energy drink. Do you have insomnia or anything like that, or are you just an eepy one? The matcha energy? Googoorekasu. Oh, yes, it does give me matcha energy. Oh, perfect. Yeah, there's this thing that apparently can happen to people with like ADHD and various other stuff where their brain basically goes too fast. So like when someone is talking to you, your brain will like autofill their sentence, but mine does it in a way where I legitimately don't realize they haven't finished talking. So I will respond thinking someone has been done talking for several seconds, and they're like, I was literally mid-sentence, and I'm like, no, you finished what you were saying. And they're like, nope, I definitely had not finished what I was saying. And I'm like, what is this? Yeah. As someone for whom reading is a major hyperfocus, who keeps accidentally reading in bed because I'm very smart, mood. Not me getting distracted, accidentally binging a new frickin' webcomic that I forgot existed, only to find out that it's now 7 a.m. And I'm like, whoops. When did that happen? Last I checked the clock, it was 3. Okay, I'm gonna go... You, but fanfiction? I haven't read fanfiction in a while, but I really like it. But I don't know what fandom to check out the fiction for. Now, I do have a huge, giant list of fanfiction that I haven't gotten around to reading yet, or that I never finished reading. So I could probably look at that at some point. Junk? 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 Alright. You, my friend, what do you look like in-house? You look like fish! Fish. Bug. That is in the wall. Beautiful. I ate all of my food. I need to make more food. Why do I need jack cat meat for this? I didn't used to need that. You enjoy the worm fanfiction. It's very difficult fanfiction to describe and kind of awkward to talk about. It has some trigger warnings in the source material. That's really interesting. Whenever you end up in the Discord, if you want to talk about it in there or DM me, I would be curious to hear about it. Bean? Okay, bean? Alright, we're gonna make some soup. Steak. Fish. Steamed fish. That is a drop off. Okay. Here we go. Make. It's a superhero story where everyone either sucks or is literally the worst. I mean, yeah, that makes it. So did I mention that my mouse is not working? So I started having this weird issue, where basically what my mouse started doing is every time I would turn on my computer, it would just stop working. Like, the computer was detecting it, it just wasn't registering that, like, it existed. And so I'd have to, like, unplug it and re-plug it in every single time. And then suddenly the mouse was like, what if everything except the regular mouse buttons stopped functioning? And I was like, well, that kind of sucks, actually. And it was like, even worse, what if sometimes the regular mouse buttons also didn't click? And I'm like, why would you do this to me? It was like, because fuck you, that's why. So yeah, that's, I have to get a different mouse. Because none of my... I have one of the MMO mice with all the buttons on the side, you know? So those aren't working right now. My 2 extra buttons on the top aren't working right now. It's just my, like, left and right click, and I think my middle click. But then sometimes my regular mouse click also is just like, nah, I'm good. Give me a sec, I'm doing something. I'm like, no, come back. So much schadenfreude. Yeah, I know that there are some fan fiction communities where, like, everything is the bitter part of the bittersweet. Yeah, most of the communities I would look up, like I knew about Fix for, were either because there were specific people whose Fix I'd discovered, or people recommended Fix to me, or they were communities that were at the time popular, and are either not popular now, or attached to specific controversial people who need to clean the mold out of their house and go touch some fucking grass. She who shall not be named. What is that? What? I don't need this, but I need this. You don't have to call me out like that. Nemi. Right. I still have that daily pinned. It does not need to be pinned.
Your skin is as smooth as my favorite pebble.
Aw. Oh, I didn't see you there. I would say I feel startled, but that would be a lie. Here you go.
Ooh.
What a delightful little creature. I think I shall name him Gil.
You are woven deep into my rune workings.
I love you too, Einar. Okay. Now we are gonna go and turn in all my fish, so that I can sell the rest of the fish. Do you need to clean the mold out of your house, Nemi? One of the place I was renting many years ago now, had like, really shitty walls. And the entire back bedroom wall would just drip with condensation and grow, like, shit tons of mold constantly. It was, not great. We were basically, like, always sick living in that house. That and or touch grass, yeah. I would say we all need to touch grass, but I think some of us are allergic. The grass is itchy. Let you be the judge of which. If I take care of my plants, does that count as touching grass? SeaGoat, welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, right, grass is itchy. Let me give you a shout out. I almost typed in grass instead of SeaGoat. Grass Goat Games. SeaGoat is making an awesome game called Confections and Conversations. You can check it out on Steam right now. Grass touches me. And you can also play the demo on SeaGoat's itch.io. It is called That Time I Got Reincarnated and Forced to Run a Cupcake Shop in Order to Pay Off My Debt to the Mafia or Forced to Marry the Handsome Young Boss. It's really fun, and they're adding so much more stuff. Them and Taco Crepe are working on it together, and it is beautiful. So go check that out, and also go check out SeaGoat, who actually makes their own music and makes games and does art and is just fun and has great taste in music. So yeah, go check out all of my streamer friends. I need to double check if my recommended list on Twitch actually has everyone I want in it now. They have really cool. Yes, this is true. I forgot for a second. Yes, I VA 2 of the characters in the demo / game jam version. It was me, Rena, all along. Yay! Fucking congrats! 150 wish lists? It's been like a week or something. Like, I don't think the game's been up that long on Steam, right? I have ADHD, so my sense of time is absolutely borked. I got a bobber. This mystical bobber was constructed from old Galdar parts to ensure maximum fishing potential. It's been 2 to 3 weeks. I feel like that's really good for like an indie game. Well, this is basically your guys' first Steam game, right? So yeah, that's fucking awesome. I'm so happy for you guys. That's so great. As soon as we all get demos and start streaming it, right? Do 2K before the next fest. I believe in you guys. And yeah, no, like Nemi said, I literally have already streamed the itch.io version of the game. So like, if you want anyone to test out any like test versions or show them off on stream or anything, let me know. I mean, heck, I'll play the other version, like the itch.io, which is now kind of the demo version of the game. Again. Yee, nice. Oh yeah, you mentioned you were gonna get another team member. I hope that ends up working out and, like, everyone works well together and stuff. That's exciting. Yeah, because you guys have a lot of what you're working on. Right? Well, and one of the really cool things is, unlike a lot of VN-type games, not only is it going to have a cooking and decorating element where you get to run your own store, but the NPC relationships aren't going to be, like, a standard, if you pick this answer, then relationship good. It's gonna be a little more realistic with, like, these types of people like these types of things, and so your interactions with them and others are gonna have, like, adjustments in different relationship things and, like, deep, in-depth plots and potential murder mysteries and dessert. What more could you ask for? In fact, it's the real life. Oh! I'm also glad that your roof is getting temp repaired. Look, I have a statue of a critter. Beautiful. Hold on. Oh, whoa. Hold on, do I not have a tint option? I could have sworn I bought one of these. Ooh, fun. Yeah, I'm good for whatever. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, especially because you don't want to have VAs until you've got all the story and stuff written out. Weeds. Ah! I got so surprised, I dribbled everywhere. Yeah, same. I mean, I'll help with any characters. You're like, Rena, voice this whole fucking game. I'd be like, okay, I'll do my best. Yes, that's why I pulled out my watering can, but you didn't listen to me, game. You know, it's telling me I have to go somewhere to turn in these apples, but I don't know where. Honestly, it's a lot of fun, and it's a great game. A tree. A different tree. Indies help their fellow indies with their cool projects. Okay. Now that this is fully grown, I can adjust location as desired. Exactly. Nemi is correct. You gotta go to bed? Yeah, of course! I hope you have an amazing sleep, Magpie. I hope that tomorrow is a lot better for you as well. There. Yee. Yes, I'm sure I will have a very good sleep. I'm sure I will just conk right out, unless I'm unlucky. I mean, I suppose, you know, as it be, I might be, like, super tired all day, and then the moment I lay down, I'm gonna be wide fucking awake! Taco mentioned the game on their stream, so I jumped wanted to throw in, because it's all... That's really cool! What? Really? That... Just the idea that, like, our voice acting is being seen as a high enough tier that it's making other people want to participate. Like, I'm gonna start blushing. Like, what? I'm really glad we were able to do that for you guys. Right? The blushy emote right there. Exactly. Fish. There's a place over here you can you can hear whale noises. What? Spreader's resource? What? That's what? Really? That's crazy. Oh, well, I actually have a program that's designed to like edit voices now instead of just me using Premiere. Right? Holy crap. Chat, I think I'm cooked. That's amazing. I'm so fucking happy for you guys. I'm gonna cry. How do emotion? Where's my whale sounds? I know, right? Now I need to actually take my recordings and put them in like actual short demo reels, you know? But that's crazy. We're gonna listen to whale song for a little bit. That's amazing. I'm so glad that you guys are getting so many people interested in it, and that's also crazy to know. Which also reminds me, I need to make those redeems because people were saying they thought it would be fun for me to have redeems for the voices of the characters I did in SeaGoat's game. And I also thought that would be fun because then I could, you know, mention SeaGoat and be like, go check out this amazing person and such a great friend and all of you guys. And like, I'm so glad that I decided to start streaming thanks to my spouse for being like, if you want to do it, just fucking do it. Like, what are you doing? I got to meet so many amazing people, and I've made friends with all you guys, and y'all are just the best, and I am gonna cry. How do emotion help? Too emotion too strong. Tear ducts too weak. I guess I'll go and go talk to Subira and be like, hey, my boyfriend taught me how to make magic fishing hooks. Can I be a real investigator now? Oh, SeaGoat, I think you'll find this funny. Last time I was streaming, I had like an impromptu dev stream. When because I logged in, and the last couple streams, I've been getting a lot of redeems for, like, the Mimikyu onesie, but I also get a lot of redeems for all my other stuff. And with how I'd had, you'll get strong if you're pooping your muscles. Pooping the muscles. Taito was is an absolute sweet bean who apparently knows a lot about that, and so wrote me up a quick little, like, here's some exercises to suggest, so I'm gonna be working on trying those after I actually eat for like a week. Cough cough. So that hopefully I actually can get stronger for realsies and not a joke, because let's just say that being incapacitated for 6 months with an autoimmune disease and then you have a chronic illness because of that, like, just fucking wipes your base strength out hardcore. You guys are great. And even the funny lines are gonna make me cry today, apparently. Insert out. The slime is too eepy. Yeah, there's the flooring I wanted. I wanted this from one of the previous things, but I couldn't get it because I just, like, didn't have the, like, I didn't have the time. So you can literally see right here that all you have to do is earn these coins from, like, doing your dailies and monthlies and shit, and they'll just, like, slowly add in the stuff that you missed, which is awesome. Right, we're all gonna make it. We're all here to support each other and celebrate each other's growth, and I'm so happy that y'all are great. I'm happy I got to meet everyone because you are all amazing and I love hanging out with you guys. I'm gonna put this pretty floor in my house. Right, my impromptu dev stream. So I was getting annoyed of not being able to do the Mimikyu onesie and stuff with all my other toggles. So just kind of like, I finally just like snapped last stream and was like, that's it, I'm fixing it. So I just pulled up my PNG Tuber remix and just started like re-rigging freaking everything because I had to make a bunch of new states and like change a bunch of my toggles and stuff for the Mimikyu onesie because, like, for example, Mimikyu onesie would cover up like 90% of my shit. So I had to like give it its own unique state so I could like move all of the other stuff I can toggle so it wouldn't look weird. A 3. Look at this! Look at this! It's beautiful. That's a nose right there. That looks like bones from the Bones series. Okay. And now I'm going to It's Pride, so everything needs to be rainbow puke. Obviously. This is also my birthday month. Fun fact. So I'm planning on having 2 different badges. One of them is gonna be just like the basic watch badge that will just be like the Pride, and I'm gonna start by doing the Ace Arrow Agender flag because I'm Ace Arrow Agender, and then I figure every year I can have a different watch badge for a different flag, you know? Like maybe I'll do like a popular vote, like, hey, next June, what flag do you guys want me to do, you know? I forgot to put the wall on this side of the house. And then I'm also gonna do one that's like a birthday one. That's like, I think it's gonna be subscription because you have to have one of each. The Albanian flag. That would be kind of funny to have some of them also be just like country flags. I'll do something where I'm like, all right, everyone, give me the flags you want and we'll vote on them. And then the birthday one that'll have like my birth year with like a little cake or whatever, you know, will be the subscription one. And then maybe I can do reruns if people want them. Like maybe occasionally I could do like a rerun as the subscriber badge some years or something. As long, yeah, right? No, that would, it'd be an interesting choice as someone with as a non-practicing Jew, to pick that flag. Welcome back, SeaGoat! I re-rigged a bunch of my shit last stream because I got annoyed I couldn't use all my toggles with my other toggles. So I'm even fancier now. Meow. I can actually do like actual cat meows, but my throat's kind of goopy. So it's a little hard to get the pitch. They'd be like, meow, 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 you know, but goopy throat. Would be funny for a bit. Is that right? Yeah, no, that is definitely Van Hammer bait. A frog. Is this the outside of my house? Is it inside of my house now? It's rainbow puke time. Let's go. You know what? Maybe this guy. Oh no, that guy actually can't go in the corner. Right? That's why I really wanted that one. Because it had such a pretty pattern. So I'm glad that it finally hit the in-game currency shop. Hold on. Nauticons! Welcome in, welcome in! We're talking about the stream badge that I'm going to be making. Gel refresh. Look at that cozy bed. So what I'm thinking for June is I'm gonna do like a Pride/birthday. So I currently have I have a slime holding up a flag, and I'm gonna start with the Ace Arrow agender flag because I am Ace Arrow agender. And then I'm thinking like maybe every year I can swap it to a different flag. And then I'm deciding if the slime birthday one, because you can have one subscription and one watch. And I want the Pride one to just be a watch one. And then I'm thinking maybe I'd make the birthday one a subscription one. But the question is if I should have the birthday be a generic birthday badge. Or if I should have it be for that specific birthday. Like, should I have it say, like, how old I am, or should I just have it be a generic birthday? And then that way, I have the option of rerunning old Pride badges as subscription badges later on, and just kind of, like, rotating in and out the old Pride. Because every year, I can make a new flag as the badge. And so, if I have a generic birthday badge, I can have 2 Pride badges each year if I want to. So, like, I could do, like, an every other year or something, you know? So that's what I'm deciding. That's what I was thinking. So I've got the basic shape for the flag. I just need to do the shading on the flag and the slime, and then I can take that and also do like a birthday cake one. And then I can drop that event, and I figure I'll just do it for like the whole of June, because that's my birth month and also Pride month. And I figure the Pride one will be the watch one. Did I already say this? I don't know. And then the birthday one will be the subscription one, because you have to have a subscription one, and you can only have a subscription and a watch for events. And then I can just do that every year. But I can just, like, make them different Pride flags, and I'll just ask people, like, hey, what flag do you want your slime this year, you know? And then I can, like, rerun old ones in the subscription slot occasionally, so that people who, like, missed out on them can, like, get them later. So yeah, I think that is fun. It's fun. So that's the thing. I actually have the shape and the sketch open on my computer because I was working on it periodically. My potatoes. Riff Rock. I should probably go and do more story because I do want a Riff Rock, and that's probably story-based. So let's go to the Elderwood. I need to go talk to Subira. Yeah, I'm very excited. I want to try to get it up as soon as possible, so then that way, like, you guys can actually have enough time, you know, to, like, watch it. Because originally I was planning on having the watch one be 24 hours, but if I can't get it up faster, I'm probably going to make it a little shorter than that, because I was hoping to get it up at the beginning of the month, where my total number of streams would be more like 48 hours, but if they're shorter, I might make it something shorter, like 10 to 15 hours. I will calculate it so it's not super hard to do. And then I need to figure out how many subscriptions for the birthday one. I'm thinking maybe like 2 to start with, because I feel like that's a reasonable amount. I know some people do higher ones, but I don't want you guys to like feel like you gotta do a crazy amount of subscriptions for that, you know? So yeah, that's the... I'm hoping I'll be able to get that up this week. I might have worked on it on stream today, but I'm way too fucking tired for that. And also my hand kind of feels a little weird. Don't worry, I'm not pushing it. That's actually why I'm playing Palia instead of drawing, because I know that drawing would be pushing it. Alright, let's talk to the sexy cop.
For the good of all Palia.
I suspected you would show up. I found broken runestone. This is not related to the main story quest, but why not? That is certainly surprising. Let me take a look at it. This rune, it means explode. But the army doesn't issue gear like this. In fact, I think I've seen some of these in capital museums, which would make your find quite old. Ah, that must be it. It seems you found the shell of an Umbrian grenade. It poses no danger now that its magic has been spent, and so it's yours to do with as you will. If you wish to know more, perhaps ask someone who experienced the war firsthand. I brought the samples. Allow me a moment to examine them, then. You... So it's good news, then? You don't look happy. The infection is almost entirely assimilated with these samples. Cannot even distinguish what is the infection and what is the original creature. I'm sure the Order's labs can tell us more as soon as I send these samples off. You've done good work, Rena. I wish that I could tell you it is time to rest now, until the results come back. Unfortunately, others have different ideas. As you may have noticed, Tamala is nowhere to be found in the stables. Maybe she had to go to the bathroom? I hope she isn't in trouble! If there is any trouble, she is causing it, not one of its victims. I believe she is up to something, and that something is likely no good. Her behavior has been incredibly suspicious since she approached us. She's snuck off multiple times, made strange comments about beasts, and inserted herself into our business. I would like to ask you to follow her tracks and find out just where she keeps disappearing to. This is usually a task I would take on myself, but as she so gracefully pointed out, I have already been caught on her trail. As my partner in this investigation, the task must fall to you. She left via the southern exit. All you need to do is look for any trail to show where she has gone and follow it. Then report back to me once you have the answers. I will track your progress from here, and if I sense you are in any danger, I will come to your aid. Be careful, Rena, and return safely.
Report any contraband to me.
Something fishy this way comes. Never eat this way? Hold on, that is a quest marker, I see. Where? Ah, it's probably Subira. I'll talk to you later! I guess I could pick the quest up.
For the good of all Palia.
I suspected you would show up. Ah, I'd like to hunt infected creatures. I see. I would suggest you speak to Hussein to start. I'd like to catch infected bugs. Then perhaps you could ask Ainu to help. I'm sure he will be enthusiastic about it. You needed my help with something? I have discovered the existence of an underground Gremlkin market here in Kilima village. The market is undoubtedly linked to the illegal transactions occurring on the old trade routes in Bahari Bay. We need to recover evidence that the Gremlkin cartel is selling flow to Majiri Palians. Snitches get stitches. What's wrong with selling flow? The use of flow is outlawed in all jurisdictions of the Palian Republic. Few Majiri, aside from the Order, are allowed to wield it in any way. If the Gremlin cartel is selling any sort of flow-infused parts to Majiri Palians, it is imperative that we halt their operations immediately and identify who it is that is receiving their parcels in Kilima. I'm not gonna tell on Zek. I'm not gonna tell on Zeki. Zeki's my friend. Don't tell Subira about Zeki. We need to seize any and all evidence of these transactions. What better way to do that than by infiltrating the market from the inside? I love lying! Are they really harming anyone? The cartel? Yes. It's hired help here in Kilima? Probably not. Either way, it is my duty to investigate this thoroughly. Find the underground market, obtain the trust of its operators, and then infiltrate it to gather information about any illicit dealings. I have faith you will not return empty-handed, Rena. Do not hesitate to reach out to me if you encounter any trouble.
Hurry now. There is much to do.
I should probably go and do those side quests. Einar!
It is time to enjoy emotional bonding.
I have come to inform you of a most joyous occurrence. Today, I have become a parent of a parent. Congrats! I should specify my gillyfin companion Gil has birthed a new clutch of eggs. Learning that gillyfin lack parental instincts, I have separated the roe out from Gil's containment. Now I must do my best to raise Gil's roe on my own. I know. I shall consult Hecla on the proper raising of young. What are you thinking, Hecla? That is a preposterous notion! Excuse me, but I am presently conversing with Hecla via my rune workings.
Until we can experience togetherness again.
Praise the Omnissiah. Praise the robot boyfriendo. Okay, hold on. No, that's not news. How do I do the Conqueror Croak event? Is that something in the Royal Highlands? Hey, teach me how to make weird arrowheads.
Here, so I may as well help.
What do you need now? I need your help in the Elderwood. Yes, I heard from Mother that you'd entered the forest recently. I'm sure you're aware, but it would behoove you to not let your guard down there. You're an acceptable hunter, but the Elderwood puts even the best on their toes. Even before this wave of sickness swept the forest into a place of darkness. Wait, there's toasters in this game? Always have been. Yeah, no, there's... Yeah, Hecla and Einar have been in the game since the beginning, and Einar has always been romanceable. All of these comments, like, literally everything except this is gonna piss him off, but, like, I actually like the way the Elderwood looks. It's actually really pretty. Yes, toxic things often are. So, why are you bothering me about the Elderwood? Tamala is there. I should not be surprised. We often went on excursions there before. Doesn't matter. What you need are arrows infused with this infected essence. Materials from the Elderwood have already been exposed to it, so it's likely they'll hold up the best. I need some of the infected essence, some Elderwood for the shaft, and a Palian bar for the arrowhead. Don't bother me until you have all of those.
You sure do talk a lot.
He gave me a list? Did he? I don't see a list. Right? Yeah, no, there are so many times you get the option to say the most unhinged shit. Where is Ainu? Do I accidentally, like, have him off in a cave some- Okay, no, there he is.
Howdy.
I'm really, really glad you're here. My mom found the 30 boxes of Bug Scout stuff I hid in the barn. I told her it's for my badge, and she said it's a scam. Psh, like she'd know. I hid the boxes in my treehouse, but she'll look there too. I really need you to buy some stuff. You won't tell my mom about this, right? Nah. We good, kid. I won't tell your mom that you're scamming me. The Elderwood needs you! I knew it! Finally, someone's realized I'm not just a regular kid! But, what exactly is it you need? Just to make double sure I can help. That is awesome! You're basically hunting down evil ghosts in a haunted forest! Oh man, you always gotta do the coolest stuff! So this icky purple stuff makes you feel sad or whatever when you touch it? Regular smoke bombs don't do anything. That means we need special smoke bomb. I know just who can help us out. Come on, I'll meet you at Najuma's. Last one there's a soggy gillyfin. I found this tiny crown? No way! That's totally a Honey Pixby crown. Oh man, I hope the Pixby's queen stopped freaking out that she lost it. I've totally got to report this to Batahari Bug Spouts. They're gonna be so jealous. There's a whole page on Pixbies in the Bug Scouts guidebook. Do you want to know what it says? That's so mean. I feel like you're gonna tell me anyway. I'm like, heck yeah! Yes, it sounds interesting. Are they made of honey? And I feel like you're gonna tell me anyway. Yeah, it sounds interesting. I knew you'd think it was cool too. The book says there's a bunch of different types of I keep saying Pixbies, but it's pixies. Pixies are really smart, and they like to live near other bugs. That makes them really good at camouflage. They take on traits of the place they live in and the bugs they live with. But all of them are really supposed to like berries. Like, they named Pixby berries after the Pixies because they like them so much. Oh, I bet if you got a super good Pixby berry, you could lure out the queen and give her back her crown.
Let's talk tomorrow.
Okay. They're taunting me. You ready to go do some drawing in lurk mode? Have fun! I hope you enjoy whatever it is you're drawing. Are you still working on your rainbow butterflies, or did you get those all done? I like how I asked that when you literally used the emote earlier. Ignore that question. The rainbow butterfly emote turned out really well, by the way. The movement's good, too. Enjoy your lurking and your drawing. I hope you have a lovely rest of your evening and your drawing turns out well. And you don't hit any of those usual snags where you're like, why is this not working all of a sudden? And then you have to, like, redo it 6 fucking times. Yeah, like, conquer or croak. How do that? Is that crabs versus frogs? What? They're gonna go to bed after a midnight dinner. You got hungry? That's good. You got up early this morning. Mood, I also got up early this morning. I hope you have an absolutely amazing sleep and you wake up refreshed and ready for the day, and I hope that tomorrow treats you a lot better. Oh, that person caught a plushie. Oh, look at it. Look at my lure. Thank you. I will. I plan on it. A fish. Hawa. I completed a quest. Or more like a monthly / weekly task. It's pretty alluring. Perfect. Where is Najuma? 'Tis time for chaos! I've literally never played that game. I've got it downloaded. I just never played Marvel Rivals. A bug! A bug! Bug, bug, little blue mantis. Or no, that's a grasshopper. An azure stonehopper.
How's it going?
Oh, you're here! That's good, because Aino wasn't really explaining it super... Or, no, that's the wrong person. Najuma, oh, you're here. That's good, because Ani wasn't really explaining it super well. Sorry, but isn't it cool? We get to help Rena on an adventure! Aw, I'm a soggy gillyfin. Okay. Better luck next time, Rena! So, can you, explain a little what exactly you might need? Explain the situation. Again. See? What did I tell you? We're basically heroes fighting against the darkness encroaching on the Elderwood! And to defeat the evil, we have to become the evil. It's like the Super Palia Chronicles. I mean, infected stuff so close to Bahari Bay doesn't sound great. I kinda live here. But I'll need to test which materials will work best with the infected essence. Most smoke bombs use different plants to create the effects. Sounds like plants from the Elderwood might work best since they've already been exposed. Do you think you could get me some of this infected essence and a couple different Elderwood local plants? Of course we can! Rena, we'd better head out now. I'll meet you there! Wait, Ani, I don't think it's a good idea. You'd better stay here. And he's gone anyway. Ugh, he never listens to me. Can you go make sure he's okay? I'll do it by myself, but my dad said he'd ground me for 5 years if I go wandering into the Elderwood right now.
Gotcha.
She's gonna get grounded for 5 years. How do I read the list he gave me? I don't have a list. Maybe I need to go talk to Hussein? What have I done? I clicked the wrong button. I'm gonna go to Hussein and also my house because I need to make more smoke bombs. Oh, that's fun. That's what I get for not being careful about my disk space. OBS just got mad at me because there wasn't space on my disk to keep recording. Whoops. I need to clear that out. Ooh! It's a grove! Okay, that means I'm gonna have to download the video off of YouTube later. I need to go through all my videos and make shorts out of them and, you know, not just have them sitting on my drive waiting to be poked at, so I'll have to do that later. Otherwise, I'll just have to keep downloading the videos off of YouTube. My watering can's empty. Oh no! Okay. Group activities. Picking all the weeds. Ooh, this one does sparkly. Forage finder. Congrats, you picked up all of the weeds. Watering plants, watering plants, watering plants. Is that what they tell you on 420? Yeah, for sure. Water. Tiny bubbles in the sky. Okay, it looks like this is everything. I got a pod! That's one of the super rare drops. We'll have to take it home and plant it somewhere. Wow, 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 wow. It is done. Okay, Hussein is nowhere, so I'm gonna go back to my house. I need to deal with all of this stuff that I got anyway. Oh, wow! Different items in the game make different sounds when you walk by them, so you can kind of tell what's near you just based on the noises. How goes the not eating of the soap? So far, so good. Evereel, thank you. So far, since then, I have managed to avoid accidentally eating soap. Because that's when I scheduled stream for. Boo! I just got a potato pod that I have 80 million of. That's okay, he can join the horde. I am very eepy. But we're just rolling. They see me rolling. Eight. Five. I mean, if they saw you right dirty, I guess you could hate them a little bit. Everyone knows administrative systems supersede human needs. Aw, who could hate you? I appreciate that. Surprisingly, some people. This one's going back over around the front. The universe. I mean, it's at least got a wicked sense of humor. Who else decides that the slime needs to get their first flare-up of the autoimmune disease right in the beginning of the COVID lockdowns? Who needs enemies when you have friends like these? The people, me, myself, and I. No, heal! I did the first hater. Perfect. The most special. It's me. It's me, Dio, it's me, the hater all along. Something like that. It was me, the hater all along. I don't know. Wah! It's like claiming first on a stream, but like for hating, I guess. Okay. $30 stream hate streak going. On the note of the people who are like, I hate this, and you're like, why are you like 8 months into it then, fam? I was reading a BL manga on a website at one point, and like, somewhere between 4 to 8 chapters in, which is something between 1 and 2 volumes, into the comments, deep in the comments of like chapter 9 or some shit, was someone being like, I hate yaoi. And everyone was like, bro, you are on chapter 9 of Dudes Fucking Dudes the manga with 2 guys with no shirts on staring at each other sensually, and the plot is, and then they slept together. Why are you here? Like, you did this to yourself, fam. It's called dedicated hating. You wouldn't understand. Or like a bunch of volumes into a shoujo manga once, I saw the same thing where someone was like, I hate shoujo manga. And everyone was like, this is like the most shoujo of all shoujo manga. Why are you reading this if you don't like shoujo manga, fam? Like, what? Or, my other favorite one, alright, just wait for it. The negative Steam review on Slime Rancher that was, this game sucks. All you do is ranch slimes. Once again, the negative review on Slime Rancher that the only part of the game is ranching slimes. In Slime Rancher. I was like, yeah? Like, it's literally the title of the game. What? Once again, I hate this. Bro, this is literally called this. Like, what? How dare this game about ranching slimes, with 8 million pictures about ranching slimes, called Slime Rancher, only feature ranching slimes. It's the evolution of TIHI. Thank you very much. I despise it. Oh, thank you very much. If you don't think about it, it makes so much sense, right? Well, the funniest part is, like, literally the entire game is like, hey, ranch slimes. That's it. That's the whole plot of the game. Ranch slimes. So, like... What? Queh? What are you selling? What are you buying? What are you selling? Come back anytime. Why are they all so sparkly? How dare. Right? Who would have thought that the game called Slime Rancher and advertised itself as Ranching Slimes the Game would feature ranching slimes as the primary, if not only, part of the game? I want to eat more of those too. Right, I'm looking for Emo Boy. If he's not here, he's probably in Bahari Bay. But you know, every time I see a review like that, or my actually favorite reviews are the ones where someone leaves a negative review describing elements of the game that you actually find interesting and or are the parts of the game you like. So either they're like, this game is bad because exact reason you like the game, or they're like, this game is bad because exact reason you would want to play this game and thing you were concerned was not in the game. And so the negative review ends up making you buy the game because all of the negatives are things that you either like, are okay with, or were actively hoping would be in the game. And it's just like, yep. This is why, my friends, you always check the negative reviews on a product, just in case. Also, not so fun fact. Did you know that basically every shampoo that has ever been created has at least one review of someone saying that all their hair fell out after they used it? I also like the negative Steam reviews that are absolutely don't recommend this game. 6,460 hours played, 5,230 hours played in review time. Yeah, no, right? This game isn't even worth playing for 5 minutes. They've been playing it for 8 years, and you're like, fam. You! Sir Emo Boy. Apparently you gave me a material list, but I do not see it. Where is this list of materials you supposedly gave me?
I don't have time for this.
They say there's a creature that stalks the Elderwood beyond Bahari. Actually had it in my sights once. There was something about it that made me unable to loose my arrow. Its eyes seemed familiar somehow.
Back to my business.
We increased our friendship level now. We can respect each other from a distance. Satan isn't exactly warming up to you, but he seems to respect your skill? Once again, sir. I don't see the material list you supposedly gave me. Ugh. Okay, that is gonna bother me, so I'm gonna Google that real quick. Insane material list not in inventory. It's a common glitch. You can completely... Hang on. Does anyone know what I'm missing to complete this quest? I feel like... Senior, no it's not. Okay. Yeah, okay, no, that's just a common bug that people are having. The stuff he says in his dialogue is completely... Yeah, I love everyone just being like, check the list he gave you. And it's like, we don't have it. Let's see. Okay, yeah, no, it's just glitched. I am going to quit to the main screen. Or just the whole game, I guess. And relog and see if that makes the list appear. Ah. Did you know you can't run a game that's already running? Pfft. Maybe close faster, Palia. Jeez. I love this fish. Horns. I want to conquer our croak. How? Do I have drops enabled? I don't actually know if drops are enabled right now. I just realized I accidentally updated my stream name to the old name. RIP. One moment. Don't mind me fixing my stream again. I forgot to reload the dock, and so it had the old name on it. Okay, it says crush a crustacean or frog invasion, but where is event? Where is crab? Where is frog? Where? Where crab? Where crab? That slime want to crab. I hit the wrong button. Nope, no quest for me. Oyster. Dear Palia, thank you for having toggle instead of press. That's an option for sprinting. I'm getting really frustrated at how many games don't have toggle instead of press as an option. So just having to sit there like holding the button constantly when I'm running everywhere, and it's like, it hurts. I got finger issues. Ugh. This slapshod flesh suit ain't doing so hot, lol, JK. But, like, kinda not, I guess. Is it a joke? Is it not a joke? Who knows? This Mew got melted into a ditto. Throwback to Pokepia stream. For a second, I thought that was a giant oyster, and I was like, what is that? Nope, it's just moss. I forgot to make bug stuff. To make bug. Yeah, I woke up at 8 a.m. this morning. It's 11 p.m. for me right now. Yep, nothing wrong here. Oh, there we go. Okay. It's like, yep, this is fine. This is fine, TM. Right. Crafting. Did you finish making all of my rocks? Nice. You found this amazing... What'd you find on eBay? I found an amazing find on eBay recently, too. Okay. Weapon bits for miniatures. People usually sell them for 20 bucks for 10, but you found a seller that had their stuff at 81 cents per weapon. That's awesome. Kind of makes up for the... You were the one that was having that issue with the silver being shit, right? I'm not, like, mixing people up? Question mark. Worm. What's this? We got about 16 in stock each and 4 options to choose from. Ooh. Ooh. That's exciting. Nice. Yee, that sounds awesome! You definitely have to share if you're, you know, okay with doing that when you get them all set up. Fabric. That's awesome. Yeah, I, periodically, I, like, look up old, defunct webcomics that, like, vanished off the internet, and or just, like, half of them is missing, they didn't update, etc. And I discovered that one of them had printed some, like, hand-done comics, and people occasionally sold them. And to my luck, not only was there a seller on eBay selling them, actually there were 2 sellers on eBay selling the Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. One of the sellers was also selling a sketchbook that I found referenced nowhere else, so I managed to get my hands on that stuff, which was nice. You made about 20 of your miniatures already, so you have to take off the weapons on them. Sounds like it'll be worth it. Yeah, I was really excited. Oh, yeah. Like, now I get to have a piece of this at home with me forever and not just, like, the random things I have on my computer from when I did something, you know? You know, sometimes artists back in the day would, like, share wallpapers and stuff if you did, like, certain things. So I still have some of those. But it's nice to actually be able to have that. Sadly, that's actually one of the webcomics I never got to read, like the 3rd/4th chapter that they had, like, partially released, because it got erased off the internet. Like, I kind of got to read it, because, like, some of it's sort of on Wayback Machine and some of it's kind of on their DA page, but like they never fully updated it and their website went poof. But yeah, at least I have that stuff now. I did find out that they didn't like die because their real name was attached to some of the self-published stuff they did for that webcomic, and they're a like a child's game, like a board game artist now. So I was like, good for you. I'm glad that like you're fine? Question mark. That is slightly better than the slightly terrifying messages that started showing up on Stand Still, Stay Silent as I was reading through it, and then I found out, oh, they just went hyper-religious. Okay, that's fine, I guess. At least that person didn't remove all their stuff. One thing I thought was interesting, though, is despite the fact that they went, like, super fanatically religious because of COVID and familial things and et cetera, yeah, I was like, alright, good for you. Nice, you get a job as an illustrator, that's cool. They, like, continued doing comics, but they were all, like, super religious / anti-tech type stuff. But one thing I thought was interesting is they mentioned that their old comics no longer align with their beliefs. However, they didn't do what most people would do, which would have been to change the ending of the comic. All they did is they just finished the part that they had written as they had intended to write it, and then just didn't write a second part. Because they were doing it in installments where they would come up with like each plot arc, and then they just, if they wanted to keep doing it, they'd make a new one. So it's sad that we never got another arc, but at least we got the story as it was supposed to be. I did think it was interesting, though. They have another webcomic they'd done before that change, that they said they actually liked that one more. And after reading it, I kind of got it, because that one definitely has more of the subtle Christian redemption themes to it compared to the other one. Yeah, so now they, quote, draw comics for God, which I was like, good for you, I guess. I'm still gonna be disappointed, though, because your other stuff was fucking baller, but whatever. But yeah, it's always vaguely, like, disconcerting when some, like, semi-big indie creator just, like, fucking vanishes off the internet. Especially because, like, back in the day, yeah, I was like, the only reason I was concerned is there's, I found religion and it did good for me, and then there's, I'm in a really bad and potentially abusive situation, and I'm feeling lost and scared, and now I'm abandoning everything in my life because it was bad and ungodly, and I need to dedicate my life entirely to religion now. And you're like, I hope you're doing that for yourself and not because you think you have to. Yeah, back in the day, before the back rooms, when you literally could just disappear off the fucking internet forever and no one would be able to find you because nothing was ever connected to anything else, it was really concerning sometimes when someone, like, that you knew, like, pretty well, maybe you'd talked to them a bunch of times, like, you were a major part of their community, and they just fucking disappear forever, and you're like, I hope that they're okay! Like, I hope they're living a good life at least, damn! That's a little less common now, but it obviously can still happen, you know? But yeah, there were a lot of webcomics back in the day that one day would just stop updating, and you never knew why, and you never knew if the artist was gonna continue. Which reminds me of the funniest Reddit story related to that I ever saw. So, you know how on fanfiction, like The Horde of Rats or AO3 or any of that shit, where, like, people would just occasionally just stop writing fanfics. Like, they wouldn't tell you they were gonna. They'd be like, see you next week, and just never fucking come back. So you'd have, like, an unfinished fanfiction on a cliffhanger, or, like, right in the middle of an arc, or just a kind of, like, a vaguely unsatisfying point. Right? Yes, exactly, googoorekasu. Hey, let me just exchange one bad coping mechanism with another bad coping mechanism. Exactly. Especially because, like, the way they talked about their prior work was weird, because they always seemed, like, really respectful of all religions, including Christianity, and they were specifically creating comics that were, like, heavily based in their own native culture and religious themes. And so seeing them suddenly basically be like, if it's not 110% God only and Christianity, then it's evil and wrong, was like, I'm concerned for you. Like, genuinely. Are you okay kind of a vibe. Like, that was the thing. It was like, this doesn't seem like I found something that makes me happy. This, it seems like it's the other direction, unfortunately. Especially because they'd mentioned several times previously that their family was very pushy about it, and is like, And so, I'm not so sure about this. Obviously, I would never walk up to that person and be like, your religion is wrong, because that's insane. But like, I can be internally concerned, you know? I hope things go well for you, and if this is just one bad coping mechanism exchanged for another, that you figure some stuff out in your life. And if not, I guess more power to you if this is what makes you happy. Trees. I think I watered all my plants. Right, the story I was telling. So, back in the day, like, people would just stop doing whatever they were doing. Like, their DeviantArt account would just go inactive one day, or they would just stop writing their fanfiction, or whatever, you know? Their Tumblr account would just suddenly stop reposting shit, whatever the thing was. And there was a Reddit post of someone being like, hey, so anyone who was on the internet back in the day knows how annoying it was when you would be reading a really good fanfiction, and then they, like when you discover a really amazing fanfiction, and then you realize that it stops in the middle of a story arc, and it hasn't been updated in, like, 10 years, and you just die a little bit inside, like, that kind of vibe. And they're like, so one day, my daughter came down and was talking about how pissed she was about this really good fanfiction that the author just stopped writing one day. And it was my fanfiction. I wrote that fanfiction as a teenager, and they were like, I wanted to die. And just them being like, I can never tell anyone, like, that this was me, was just so funny. Like, the sheer amount of just, oh no. It was amusing. Right? Like, just suddenly your kid is like, oh my god, I can't believe this hasn't been updated in like 10 years. It was so amazing and it ended in this horrible spot, blah, blah, blah. And then they show it to their mom, and the mom's just like, oh god, that's my fanfiction. And they're like, I can never say that out loud, but oh no. And just like, oh. Yeah, just like imagine being the parent and your teenager comes up to you and you're just like, oops. And yeah, that was really funny in that, like, painful kind of way. You're just like, oh, if that happened to me. potato. But yeah, just the realization as, like, their daughter is slowly explaining to them what the fan fiction is about, and they're, like, having that, like, slowly dawning realization that it's their fan fiction that they wrote, like, 15 years ago, as they, like, just kind of, like, slowly die on the inside. Oof. And then they're like, oh, hey, what's the thing? And, like, they actually, like, they had the moment where they're like, no, maybe it's just a coincidence. And then they looked at that, they had them, like, show them, and they were like, nope, that's mine. Whoops. Yeah, wait, this sounds vaguely familiar. Oh, this is starting to sound really familiar. Oh, no. And, like, they have to be trying to, like, straight face this, because they don't want to give it away, right? So, like, if this was an anime, it would be that, like, smile, where they're like, yeah, okay, sure, uh-huh, nod, nod, and then they're like, oh, okay, but, like, they can't make, like, this face, like, oh, okay, right? So they're just kind of like, as, like, the strain starts, like, hitting their eyes and shit, and they're like, this is fine. They go from, like, tee-hee, this is great, to being like, this is fine, my friends. No problem here. Dear Rena, hey, I thought you might want to know, but I was playing cards with the Stain yesterday. He said he was super annoyed at you. I don't know what for, but you better go check before he explodes. Going from spill the tea to, oh, the tea is me! Exactly! It's like those people who will post on Reddit and then, like, years later will suddenly hear someone reading their Reddit story on a YouTube video, and they're like, wow, I can't believe this is, oh shit, this is my Reddit story! I totally forgot I posted that. Like, that kind of stuff. Like, wow, that's crazy. I can't believe that's happened to someone. Oh, wait a minute. It was me all along. The tea was me, Dio, all along. Mom, there's this thing I found. It's called fan fiction. Don't cite the deep magic to me, witch. I was there when it was written. Right. I had someone ask me once why people write fan fiction. And I was like, how do I explain this? Specifically, it wasn't, like, rude. It was actually a really interesting question, because they didn't understand why someone would write fan fiction when they could just go to, like, the source material and, like, watch the TV show. Right? Of course I know them. They're me! Right? Sluzzy time. Wrong button. I forgot I changed my buttons around. And so, like, yeah, and so, right, that was a Mimikyu. That was not a Sluzzy, you're correct. I was wrong. But yeah, so, like, the, come on, brain. Nope, never, it's gone. Ani said you were annoyed at me? What? I have no idea what you're talking about. Are you... So Ani was lying? Are you sure? I think I would know my own mind. If you have that much time to worry about me, you have time to help out around the village. Stop wasting my time and do something useful with yours.
That's enough.
Right. And the interesting, yeah, because they didn't understand why you would bother writing fan fiction or reading fan fiction when you could just read the source material. Like, why wouldn't you just go watch the TV show or read the books or whatever? And I was like, I wasn't really... I was trying to think, I'm like, how do I explain that, like, basically wasn't a thing you could do? Like, if you wanted more of the thing, you couldn't just go watch the spin-off show or whatever. You had to, like, make it yourself. And I think that was basically how I explained it. Was like, back in the day, if you wanted more anime, you couldn't always just go watch another anime. That wasn't really an option in a lot of cases. So you just had to, like, write fan fiction or whatever about anime, you know? If you wanted more Naruto, you couldn't go watch Boruto or one of the other ninja anime. You basically just had those 3 volumes of Naruto, so you wrote fan fiction instead. Like, okay, that makes sense. I'm like, yeah. But I was like, that is a crazy question that would not have ever occurred to me. Taco, welcome in, welcome in! Let me adjust my sizing. And like I said, I got all my stuff fixed, so now I can actually multi-toggle. Look at this. Yeah, exactly. Well, and even when the internet was a thing, it wasn't always as expansive as it was. Let me give you a shout out, Taco. Taco Crepe is the artist on the Cupcakes and Confections game. Yee! I worked really hard on it because it was annoying the shit out of me that I couldn't, like, actually have all of my toggles with everything. Taco's art is super cute. They managed to have this, like, really awesome middle ground with art that feels really detailed but is also really simple, and they have one of the coolest pixel art avatars, PNG tubers, I've ever seen, like, in my life. It's very well animated, so go check out Taco. And as I mentioned before, go wishlist Taco and SeaGoat's game on Steam, Confections and Conversations. You can also try the Game Jam, or demo version, which is very bare bones compared to what the game's actually going to be, over on itch.io. It is called That Time I Got Reincarnated and Forced to Run a Cupcake Shop in Order to Pay Off My Debt to the Mafia, or be forced to marry the handsome young boss. So yeah, it's really good. And I will never not make that joke. Never. It could literally be 10 years from now and I will still make that joke about the title. This sign can't stop me because I can't read! So yeah, now the little Mimikyu, like, peaks. I have some sketches for that fan art, but I have not gotten the details yet. I think I've figured out some general stuff, but... Right? I need to get the fan art finished before you guys start solidifying the characters and stuff, so I can be like, look at this! Look at this! Look at it! I even made a bunch of outfits! That's actually what's stopping me right now, is my brain keeps being like, what should he wear? And I'm like, 8 million outfits, and I'm like, it's a little excessive, brain. Form of like a telenova, that would be pretty good. Her just being like, oh yeah, my brother's an actor. If I have a Pixby berry that is high quality, that means I can give it to the Pixie Queen. I keep saying Pixby, but it's Pixie. The Pixie Queen, right? You have learned that the honey pixie is a magical creature who lives with bees. If you find the perfect pixie berry, you can probably lure her out. Okay. I have so much art I need to work on, because I need to make like my stream badge for June, which is going to be, one of them is going to be a slime with a pride flag, and then the other one's going to be my birthday one. don't know if I want to finagle with that guy. What did I need to upgrade my bag? I don't remember. I hath forgot. No, see, clearly, Taco, whenever, she shows up in the shop, just in the background through a window, he'll just be, like barely visible, like, leaning against a car. Like, the most casual reference ever. Oh, there's that guy in the back. Right? Just like casually slip that in the background. Slowly add these things without telling SeaGoat. That would be really funny, actually. Whew. He was like, wait, what is this asset? You can see clawed footprints in the dirt. Oh-ho. That would be really funny. We're plotting. Oh, how did that get in there? Oh, it's nothing. It's just for the world building. And then, like, finally, when it all comes together, it'll be like, you little shits. The shaky Michael Cera voice. What this? A mushroom! What am I even doing now? Right, I'm looking for Pixby berries. That's not a Pixby, it's a tomato. SeaGoat will just break out, how could this happen to me? I've made my mistakes! And just start, like, singing. That's what I thought. Angry berry. Perfect. When is the next game jam? Ah, whoop. Touch the goo. Poke the slime. There's a quest in here, but I'm not gonna go there yet. Gotta save the best for last. Also, we only have like 30 minutes of stream left. I don't need to get into a quest that is, you know, like an actual quest and isn't just like, gather this item. That is just a regular berry. "30 more minutes of peak gaming." Thank you, Nauticons. yapping while running around in circles. I'm glad y'all enjoy. I love hanging out with you guys too. I almost fell off the cliff. I wouldn't have died or anything, but that's not what I meant to do. A mushroom. Ooh. Let's see. I think I literally did just go in a circle, actually. Yeah, I like how many different soundtracks there are everywhere. You see strange slash marks on the cliffside. Oh, what's in here? Nothing that I can do anything with right now. Where am I? Okay, if I want to go to the Royal Highlands, I need to go this way. Okay, this is the correct way. Correct way too. A berry. That one is not quite sparkly enough. A marsh. What are you doing in my swamp? Just gathering goop. Just chillin'. Chillin' in the swamp. You shove your hand into the slime and come out holding more slime? Across the lake. Yeah, Palia defo has atmospheric music for sure. And then this has very Lord of the Rings style music. Look at this. You could fall asleep to that. Not that people don't fall asleep to my streams in general, but you know. A bug! It's angry. Now it's not. Look! A bug! Had to check what it is before I said that. Ooh, that's a skull moth. That's cool. Whispering widow moth. Oh, whoa. Ba-ba! Royal Wisteria. I have gathered all of the plants. What's in here? A mossy moth. I probably can't cut this tree down, right? That's kind of what I figured. May it be an evening star, shine bright upon you. May it be when Why are you not getting in the bag? Get in the bag! Ow. A phoenix moth. And I got some wood. I hit the tree until it gave me its wood. Oh. Use Terraflow Mask to unlock the vault. Intriguing. What can it be? What does it mean? A plant! Jack Cat's freaked me out. I guess we're killing jack cats. And this is the specific instance in This becomes very useful, because being able to just go, hey, take 4 of my items back to my house, so that I don't have to go back to my house, please and thank you, is very convenient. Okay, and that means I don't have to run away, and I can smack these rocks. What this rock? Gold. I'll have to go grab those bags in a moment, too. Whoops. Pickaxe Pro. Ooh! I don't know what Amber Echo is, but that's cool. Let's go get my bags, because I shot the jack cats. Oh, maybe I can make some potato soup now. Oh, I got a jack cat floof. Nice. But it's like I still have 8 minutes left. So. Few things in life are free. Oh look, there's another one. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow, wow. So it says there's something here. But there's distinctly not something here. Lies and slander. I mean, I suppose it's possible it fell into the earth, but... just vibing with the atmosphere. Look, the little Mimikyu is dancing too. Peek, hide, peek, hide, peek, hide. Hungry. Probably gonna eat a thing when I get off stream. After I take my meds. A prant. A tato! But my inventory's full. A bug. A bug. A tree. Yes, my inventory is full. But what about exploration? A bug! Oh, look! A thing. What? I forgot that they do that. Is this just like white stone? Yeah, okay, it is. Nice! Now I finally have a Royal Highlands stable. Stretching a bit. Ooh. A tree. All right, my friends. Ah! We are gonna... We're gonna sit in the pond and stare at the fish. Actually, I have a better idea. Let's go and listen to the whales for a little bit while I look for someone to raid. The mysterious whales that we can't see. Does that make them more or less scary? Depends on your particular brand of thalassophobia, I suppose. Alright, who is online? Oh, Tink is online with the drops. So we might actually head over to Tink, but let me check who else is online. So many people are online, actually. It's a hard decision. Oh. Have I raided Nemi recently? I have not. Okay, Nemi is doing a really cool craft right now. So we're gonna head over to Atelier Lucearwa, who is doing costume gem creation stream, which sounds like it's gonna be really fun. What is the meme with the guy sitting in a pond with a waterfall? Perfect. I'll make the raid messages while I'm waiting. This will be our raid message if you are subscribed, and if you are not subscribed, you can feel free to use this cute little heart or whatever else you want to use. Feel free to do whatever emote you fancy. Let me check. Guy sitting under waterfall. Unbothered, moisturized, happy, in my lane, focused, and flourishing. That is perfect. Anyone who is not in the Discord, you can go check out that amazing meme that googoorekasu just posted. That is the vibe right there. Moisturized, unbothered, in my lane. Let's go. All right, go ahead and copy your raid message. My little slimes. And we are going to raid over to Atelier Luciarwa, also known as Nemi. Nemi is actually is a nickname of the character that is Atelier Luciarwa's model, thus Nemi. I thought Nemi was cute, so I was like, can I call you Nemi? And Nemi was like, yeah, go ahead. That's the name of my character. So I was like, perfect. All right. Yee! I had a lot of fun. I'm glad that I was able to stay awake the whole stream. Luckily, streaming with you guys woke me up because I had a ton of fun. Yee! I hope that all of you have an amazing rest of the day. And whatever it is that you are doing tomorrow is just as lovely. And I hope that you guys have an super refreshing sleep and you wake up refreshed and ready for said day. Remember, yeah, I'm happy to hang out with you guys too. Remember that you are loved and you deserve love, so take care of yourself. Me and Mimikyu wish you an amazing everything. Yes, that's it. Words. Oh, Tamagotchi time. Alright. Remember, eat your water, drink your food, go to meds, take a sleep, and do whatever it is you need to do, and I will see you guys on the other side with Nemi. Mwah!
Speaking of the devil,